Hi, this is Renee Gardner. I'm going to show you a small tutorial on how to use StampStore search features. Basically, you go to our society webpage at www.stamps.org. The screen you see displayed will have a login area. If you're not logged in, you have to click on the new sign up. If you are logged in, you simply type in your email and your password, which I'm doing now. You'll click the word login, and it will actually bring up in that box, within the box, you will see that you are logged in as your name and your member number. At the bottom, a lot of the search engines say, do you want them to remember the password? That's your choice. I'm choosing not to. At the top, you'll see your name, your APS number, and you will have a View My Account right below your APS number and wish list items. Once you start adding items to your cart, you'll also have an area where you can view your cart. But to get started shopping, you'll simply go to the word shop, click on StampStore, and it brings up the search screen, which is broken into two steps. If you go into the steps, you will see that you can select a saved search. After you save a search, you can enter stamp ID, which is actually the stamp ID number of a number which starts with 500, usually followed by 9 consecutive numbers, but it's not necessary that you have that or use that search feature. If you're a topical collector, a lot of times you can use a keyword, such as the word ship. If you type in the word ship, use the sort by default, which is country and stock catalog number, and click the word search. The items displayed will all appear on your screen with a thumbnail. Country, and then it's starting with the Scott number order of the items. You'll see that all results are limited to 1,000 items. So if you want to see ships in a particular country, you can always do a refined search. Go back, choose just a certain country and the word ships. So why don't we choose Aden, since that was the first country that showed up. And you can click search, and it's going to find any stamp that has the word ship in the description for topical collectors. You'll go down through, you'll see there's 2 items, okay? So it did very limited results because you're picking the country. At any time, if you get like a 1,000 item search, you can actually change the update of a page. It's a default of 20, but you can change it to 100, 200, whatever you'd like, but you always have to click the word update. You'll see that it actually says items per page 100. That's basically a topical type search. If you go to the next area, instead of keyword, you can do just a basic country search. I always tell everyone when they're starting to conduct a new search, go under step 2, click reset. Because when you do that, it clears all your fields and you don't have to worry about it. And it'll start from a brand new search. So you're going to go down on the page and say that you want to go into the country. We can just pick one. Try Andorra. Say that you're looking for a Scott number field of 200 to 300. You'll enter that. And if you have a preference in condition, whether it's on cover, unused, used, you can do that as well. I'm going to choose mint. But when you go down through the different configurations, the more choices you make, the more limited your searches will become. So if you're just looking for basically mint stamps, I would just do that. Do your number range, your country, and the unused field. Once again, you'll click the search field. And as you see, the 100 stayed for the update. You can scroll down through. You'll see that there's 62 items that are mint, never hinged. And it has all the items from 200 to 300. And it's all done by Scott number order. You can go down at any time, say that you want to look at this set. Under each small thumbnail, there's a zoom button. It will open up in a separate screen, but it actually brings it into your view in a much larger viewing capacity. Actually coming through now, and it makes a much larger image for you to be able to view the item. All you do is simply click the window, it closes. If you want to purchase an item, the 205, 206, you simply click on Add to Cart. A little wee pop-up window is going to come open and say you now have one item in your cart. If you only want to buy that one item, you can click on the View Cart and Wish List, or you can hit Continue Shopping and continue to shop. Should you have a question about an item, you can go in and right underneath the Add to Cart, you'll see where it says Ask a Question. If you click on the Ask a Question, another pop-up window will come up. And what it does is it actually fills everything out as far as the stamp ID number for us to be able to look the item up for you. What you do is you simply fill out this little form, you hit send, and that comes to my desk. Is that I also have the option to add to wish list. If you don't actually want to buy it yet, or you want to see a few different of one set, you click on the add to wish list, and it'll actually put it in a wish list, not your cart, but it'll let you go back and view that item later. Now you see that it says you now have one item in your wish list. You can hit Continue Shopping. Explain the cart here in a little bit, but right now I want to just explain the search features and then we'll go into the cart aspects. I'm going back to the search. I now want to reset my search because I want to start a different search. Each one of the fields in step 1, after you do a reset, you can go in and make any choices you want. It's all drop-down menus. So when you go down through here, say that you want to do a search again, you're doing a particular country, Algeria. You don't necessarily have a SCOT number, but we actually have a stamp type area. This is a new, well, it's not necessarily new. It's an area where you can go in if you have particular interests, like revenues, and you start typing REV. It'll bring up revenues, but you can go down through and you'll see they have revenue state, revenue beer, but you can go in and choose any of these stamp types and bring only that type of machine or merchandise in to view. So let's say that we're going in and we're going to try to find a revenue. Like I said, it's on cover, unused, used. Configuration, you can choose this, but I would leave this as all, unless you're looking for like a plate block or a souvenir sheet. Cover type, if you're not looking for covers, this doesn't apply, you just leave all. But if you're an event cover, first day cover, or postal history collector, this area would be for you. Hinge type, you can go down and say you want anything that's never hinged. We've actually added additional hinging in this area from the old website. The era is once again the year range. It gives you the 3 different year ranges. And another new feature is our sale price, where you can put in, I want to look at anything from $1 to $10. And another new area is alternate catalog name and alternate catalog number. So perhaps you're a German collector and you have used the Mikkel catalog. Many of our members will put in that it's the Mikkel catalog and the number, so you can look that way as well. And another nice feature is the stamp filter feature. It will allow you to look for newest, reduced, and caution, which is items that actually have a warning area because there's many forgeries or altered stamps. But if you would click on just the newest, it would bring only the items in that have been posted new the last 30 days. The same applies for reduced. It'll only bring in the last 30 days items that have been reduced in price. So right now I'm just going to let all so that you can see how Canada. And we're going to go in and try to find United States. And to get to your area, you can start typing the country and it will drop you down. Like say you put U and it'll do that. But United States is actually at the top because it's the most used search within the website. So we're going to do United States revenues. And I assure you that there's going to be a lot of these. As you can see, you've got the 1,000 max there. But you can go down through, the same thing applies. You go in, you can do the zoom, you can do the add to cart, you can do ask a question, you can do the add to wish list, that type of thing. You can see from the stamp ID number, that is this area here. So if you want to go back sometime, which the wish list feature actually takes care of this, because it'll add it to your wish list so you don't have to remember the stamp ID. But if you would do a search for stamp ID, this is where the number is located. I am again going to do a refined search. If you would want to save this search, because you have a particular interest, like say, okay, a United States, pick R1 to R100. This you don't necessarily need for revenues, so we'll go back to all. You can click your search, and each time you conduct a search, it will have at the very top, above the 100 items per page, bookmark this search. When it does that, it'll bring a screen up and you actually have to name the search. I'm going to name it US Revenues, and I'll hit OK. Now when you go back here to the main screen, I'm going to hit reset again on my search, you will see that under the Saved Searches, US Revenues, what it does is you click on that search, you hit Fill Search, and it actually pulls all the criteria that you saved in your previous search. Under number 2, you can actually do a sort by priced low to high, priced high to low, newest first, oldest first, or the default, which is country Scott catalog number. We actually have some tips for buyers and sellers. If you click on that, it'll open it up in another window, and it tells you some of the buyer tips, some of the things that I've explained in this little tutorial. And this is because there is a programming glitch that computer programmers don't actually understand stamp identification. So as you can see from this list, anything that has a number, letter, number sequence, they are listed here so that you can see them. They are actually located in the search by country in the same manner. I'm going to go in again, choose Germany. I'm going to pick Saxony province. When you're looking for a particular number now, since it's a 16N, the keyword. So anything that has like Falkland Islands or, like your 1L numbers or your 9N numbers for Berlin, you want to go into the keyword and enter. So I'm going to do 16N1, and then I'm going to do a search. And this is the only way you're going to find those items if we have them. Or if you do the country, it'll bring it in by the catalog number order. You can go under the tips for letter number prefixes. Now basically I want to show you how you can go into your cart, one item in your cart. You'll go into your cart, it'll bring it up, and it actually brings it up, shows you those items as well as your wish list items. If you see an item in your cart that you don't want, you can click on the remove. If you see one that you don't necessarily want to buy yet, you can click on move to wish list. And what happens is it comes out of your cart, goes into your wish list. If you want to move one from your wish list into your cart, you simply do the same thing. Say that we don't want this one now. You'll see how it'll remove that as well. Then basically you go into your checkout process when you're all done. And when you go in, it'll ask you it'll just go through the steps. You'll see them. It'll have your address, okay? Then you're going to hit continue. Then it'll ask you what type of shipping. If you're going to stop in and pick it up, okay. If it's a very high priced order, you want it registered, you can choose that option. Otherwise, you can just leave standard as the normal option. You'll hit continue again. And then you're going to see that you're on the payment screen. If you have a gift card, you can apply the code here. Otherwise, you go down, you type in your credit card information. We accept Visa and MasterCard. You'll type that in. Your billing address will be here, but if you want a different shipping address, you can actually choose that as well. And you would fill in where you actually want it shipped. You can ask special comments or any special instructions in this field, and then you always have to click in that I agree with the APS terms, and then you'll hit the process order, and we'll finalize the order, show you a rundown of the order along with the order number. I'm not going to finish the order because I don't actually want this item. So if you want to go into shop again, you just do the same thing. Shop StampStore takes you back in. Make sure to hit your reset. You can start another search all over again. A simple phone call to our office at 814-933-3803, extension 270 or extension 271, and either Kelly or myself can answer any questions or help you with anything you need. I hope that this is helpful, and I've enjoyed our time together. And like I said, if you have any questions, just give us a call or you can email me at renee@stamps.org. Thank you.